So this is it so far. You want a nice smooth creamy texture. Rub it all over, put more water on it if you have to. Make sure that those keys are solid. Put as much plaster of Paris bandage in there as possible. They've really got to be strong. And that's what you don't want, where it's got perforations in it, because that's the plaster of Paris not sort of like mixed up in the bandage properly. I'll sort that out, because if you don't, just leaves it weak and powdery. So that's it so far. So 4 coats of rubber on there. I could put 5 on, but it's thick. Basically I built it up thicker in the areas that are raised, because they all need more support than the rest of it, you know, when it's upside down and all the top weight is forcing down on the front. I used milk bottle tops, but face down. Well, smooth lid face down, should I say. God, I'm not awake, I had enough coffee. Most people use Darling. You can do that. I've done it this way because I've saved loads of them and I'm lazy. As long as it's flat down, you'll be okay. Never use it the other way around, because that cuts into the rubber. Learn that little trick. What you've got to do with the plaster of Paris is make sure that these are solidly filled by the end of it. You know, what I mean, get as much in there as possible, because they support in markers, because those lids will drop down with the silicone mould into the plaster of Paris and sit in these markers, which basically helps you line it up and gives you support, stops it moving around as well. So I've got a lot to do. Right, forgive the mess. I've actually gone overboard on this, you know, because it's usually like £30 worth of silicone. So I want to make everything as strong as possible, including the plaster of Paris jacket. So I've taken some metal rods that were left over off of an era, you know, that you hang your clothes on, and the clips. I've taken some off of other bars and put them on this to sort of like, you know, keep it in place and strengthen it. And turn it round. Oh god. So that's sort of like what we've got. It's hard to see if I need to do this. I'm just going to make it stronger, because I've dealt with plaster jackets before and they sort of like start to get a bit floppy, and you know, after you've used them a few times. So I thought, well, it won't hurt.